Listen, dry January. Let's talk about it. It's the last day in January. There's people getting wasted tomorrow. So if you don't know what dry January is, there's a lot of people that went ahead and said start the new year and say, you know what, I'm not drinking for a whole month, okay? Cleanse out my system, see what happens in my social life, see if my fitness gets better, my health gets better, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And I think a lot of that, really stems from the fact that the holidays create so much drinking. I always hear from Halloween on, you have the Halloween party and then Thanksgiving, and you always have a Christmas party. There's 20 different office parties. And so people just start drinking more because there's more social events to drink at.
If you did dry January, we want to talk to you. 888-787-1933. Not only dry January, but if you've done a dry spell, you went a year or you went a month or a couple weeks, or there was some point in your life that you're like, after that, I had to go dry. I had to be a dry human, okay?
I had to be a dry human.
888-787-1933. And what is the worst possible situation you could be in and be going through dry January? And I thought of this, and I was coming up with this because I was watching my friend in New York, right? She is on our sister station in New York, and she did a lot of the Grammys coverage, and she's doing dry January. She was at all of the Grammys parties and all of her things. People are just popping bottles and drinking and
social events, yeah,
getting wasted at these Grammy parties. And she's like, "Where's my Sprite?"
That's when the booze is free too. The expensive top shelf booze.
Yeah, so it was very difficult for her. Not that she has an alcohol problem or anything, but when you're in that social setting, it's oh man, I want to be drinking with these people and have a drink and whatever. And so 888-787-1933. Are there other times that you're like, oh man, I wish I wasn't doing the dry anything right now?
Well, I'm curious if they, you stayed with it. And I don't think it's a lack of commitment if you decide to have one or two drinks at that situation, because I still think you're doing a dry January. Like you said, a lot of times people do it to cleanse the system. There's too many events. Okay, I have one event in January. Right. I don't drink the rest of the time. Or do you go, you know what? No, I made this commitment. I'm not having one drink. And do you feel obligated to stick it out?
Yeah, and I'm someone, I don't drink very much at all, go out and drink. But even in those social situations, you do feel a little bit of, whether it's pressure or not, you just people are having a drink. Okay, yeah, I'll have a drink. Yeah. We had a meeting
Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night, and we were both like, oh, no, it's a Monday night, and it sat down. I was like, what beers do you guys want? I was like, well, I guess bring the cider, man. Bring it on.
Scotty did order a cider and always orders a cider.
Yeah, that's the kind of beer drinker I am. Rachel in Fort Worth, good morning.
Good morning.
So you didn't do dry January, but you did a dry period. What was that?
Yeah, I quit right before Christmas, which was a terrible idea.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I still not drink.
So what was the worst part about it? Was it the family thing? Was it that everyone was drinking?
Yeah, the family stuff. There were so many parties during that time, and everyone's making drinks, and we have traditional drinks we make too, so not having those was really hard.
So, Rachel, my family does this tradition. Every time we exchange a gift with my family, we do a shot.
And Uncle Eddie?
Yeah, we call it an Uncle Eddie. So I wouldn't even be allowed to in my family. I think it'd be just they would kick me out of the family. Hey, you're doing dry holiday season here, dry January and Christmas time. Get out.
Are you still dry? Are you still doing the dry thing?
Yeah, I am.
So,
it's been beneficial actually. So
yeah, till when?
I don't know. I'm trying to do it till my birthday in July, honestly.
Oh, okay. So you got the deadline of July. Do you want us to check in with you, keep you on the wagon?
Yes, that'd be awesome.
All right, cool. I'm gonna call you on my birthday and see. I'm gonna test you. We're doing shots for my birthday.
Scotty's birthday is April 9th, Rachel. So you got to hold off till April 9th at least.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, Rachel, hold on. We're gonna grab your phone number because we're gonna check in with you and make sure that you're still going strong all the way through July. Priscilla, good morning, Priscilla.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so you did a dry period of 3 months, right?
Yes, I did.
And how did that go for you?
Years ago, though. That was years ago, but
she's like, I couldn't do that now.
I'm doing it now too. I got really sick in December, and I got food poisoning. So I think at that time I was kind of not drinking and stuff. But then I think having a son also helped me just completely dry out of alcohol. And
by default,
I decided just not drink, and it's been working out pretty well. And I closed also my media. That's one thing I decided as well to just get away from. And
you made a lot of life changes.
So you went dry on more than just alcohol.
Yeah, on social media too. But you did this 3 month stint, right? You said a couple of years ago. What what made you not continue? What knocked you off the wagon there?
Because we're going to go to, like, a beach, and I kind of want to just, like, feel
There you go.
to prepare my lungs, you know?
Yeah, because of the beach.
There was tequila and daiquiris. Like, what do you want from me, man? Screw that dry January. I'm wet on the beach.
Yeah, that's what you said, Brett. You're like, I don't know if there's a social scenario, but would you get in like one of those situations? You're like, I don't know. I'm on the beach. Like, is this hurting me? I don't know. It's hard to stick to something like that.
And what I meant by that is, there's definitely like atmospheres where I like to have a cocktail and stuff like that. But I would never feel like bad if somebody like wanted me to drink. Like, like sometimes you feel like you have to have a drink.
Oh, you would feel like you disappointed somebody?
Yeah, I would
like,
never
screw you, man.
Yeah, I never think that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna every situation I can. I'm gonna try and peer pressure. Every time you say no, I don't want to drink. I'm gonna see what happens.
Look at this guy. He's not even drinking.
Loser.
That won't bother me.